Okay, I need to have a little talk with some of you before we start the video. Based on some recent comments, some of you still think that I am MC Stu, and I gotta ask, how? I mean, I get we both have the same first name, and we both play Star Trek Online, but that's kind of where the similarities end, guys. I mean, when have you ever seen MC Stu wear a top hat? Like, clearly I have gone to some effort to make myself more visually distinct from other content creators. Like, you think I wear this thing because it's comfortable? Because it's not. Has MC Stu ever yelled at you while wearing a Plague Doctor mask? No, that was me! So yeah, just wanted to clear that up a little bit because it is becoming a detriment to my already fragile mental health. Anyway, my name is Stu1701, and today we are talking about The Inquiry and some small Star Trek Picard spoilers. The Inquiry class. It was introduced at the end of Season 1 of Star Trek Picard as part of a massive attack fleet against the Tal Shiar. The scene was met with a lot of criticism from fans because the entire fleet consisted of all Inquiry-class ships, which is something we'd never really seen before from Star Trek. Star Trek has often had a history of using a big variety of different starships. There was a bit of variety in the Inquiry-class ships themselves. There were 2 different variants of the nacelles, and there were some other small differences between them, but for the most part, it was basically just a big fleet of the exact same ship. Plus, the 3D models that they used for that episode lacked some key details that you would expect on a Federation starship, like the name and register number printed somewhere on the ship, RCS thrusters, and phaser strips. When the Inquiry was added to Star Trek Online, Cryptic's art department added a lot of these details to the ship. In Season 2 of Star Trek Picard, as sort of a response to the criticism that the Season 1 finale got, they would acquire various ship models from other companies, one of them being Cryptic. Some of these ships would be original to Star Trek Online, and thus making them canon, namely the Gagarin, Reliant, Sutherland, and Ross class ships. They also sent several already canon models, like the Sovereign, Akira. I think that Luna class model was also theirs, but they also included their version of the Inquiry class, which had those additional details that the original filming model didn't have. Now, when the Inquiry appeared in Season 2, we all just assumed that that was just the Star Trek Online model, but apparently, the Star Trek Picard VFX team did a few more modifications. VFX supervisor for Star Trek Picard, Brian Tatosky, I really hope that's how you pronounce his name, he posted this image on his Mastodon page 2 days ago on, I think that's February 4th. In this post, he gives an image of the Inquiry class model that was used for Season 2 and 3. He goes over the changes from the Season 1 model, namely that this originally started life as the Star Trek Online model, which had the extra details that the original model didn't have. But they also lightened the color of the hull so it better blended into the other Starfleet ships. They also contoured the secondary hull a little bit so it has a bit more of a curve instead of just being flat like the original. They also changed the shape of the warp nacelles a little bit, but the biggest change, and I'm sure the first thing that you guys noticed in this image, they gave it a main deflector. Look at that, an actual deflector dish. It's blue and everything. This looks so much better than that original, like, stupid grill on the front of the ship that honestly never made sense to me. This is such a massive improvement to the look of the ship. Like, I mean, the Inquiry was always a pretty good-looking ship from certain angles, particularly that back end, but with this is fantastic. I love this. Honestly, it's kind of a shame that we're only seeing this now, because this model was used in the filming of Season 2, but sadly, all the shots that feature the Inquiry, they were only focused on the top of the ship. We never really got to see the underside of it. The post does also say that this was the model for Season 3 as well, so hopefully we'll get a better look at it then. Now, the big question I'm sure a lot of you are asking, when's this coming to Star Trek Online? And, well, the only answer I have right now is, who knows? At this point, there's no way of knowing if Cryptic is planning on releasing this version of the Inquiry into Star Trek Online. So for now, really, it's just going to be up to us to let them know that we want this in the game. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely want this in the game. Look at it. It's gorgeous. The downside here is that Cryptic isn't usually in the habit of making new skins for ships that are already released, especially because the Inquiry is a promo ship, and therefore not a lot of players are really going to have access to it. Typically, new skins are released with new versions of the ship, so I guess that makes the question, Legendary Inquiry when? So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this new model of the Inquiry and spread the hype about it because, like I said, I really do want it in Star Trek Online, so, you know, start pestering them about that. What do you guys think of this updated Inquiry? Do you like the new version better, or did you like the original version more? Let me know down in the comments down below. And while you're down there, be sure to hit like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. If you'd like to further support the channel, you can hit that join button, become a member, or hit the super thanks button, or hit the merch store link in the video's description. Either way, my name is Stu1701, and I will see you guys next time. I'm Star Trek Online Smash or Pass guy. How do you mix me up with anyone else?